Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and good morning to everyone present in this session. Yesterday, class 7th standard English subject unit 4.2, the name of the lesson is Unke Munke Timpettu. So we have learned, students, about Unke Munke Timpettu. In this story, it is a fairy tale type story. Up till now, in this story, we have studied that the people, namely Muk, then Mrs. Groover, who was the principal of these students, the students were trying to celebrate a fantastic birthday with full of fun. And in this story, we will be further moving towards page number 83. So have a look on page 83. Here, Unke Munke Timpettu, the chanting was done around the banyan tree, and that too in Mrs. Groover's garden. Okay, students. So, two of them, they jumped down into the garden and they were little bit scared, but still they tried to get it over quickly, and with high speed, they were taking 17 rounds, saying Unke Munke Timpettu. So, while taking round, these two boys was listening to the sounds of the night, and a crackle here, a swish there. So up till here we have learnt yesterday. Let us move towards page number 83. Suddenly a ferocious bark tore the stillness of the night. I froze inside Mrs. Groover's house. Lights flashed on and the back door was pushed open. Who is there? Called Mrs. Groover. What happened? Suddenly, a bark of the banyan tree, it tore, and I froze inside Mrs. Groover's house. Light was flashed on and the back door was pushed open. So Mrs. Groover, she was asking, who is there? Answer, or I will send the dog at you. She asked, who is there? Otherwise, I will send a dog to you. Muk, I mumbled. Say something, but Muk was climbing up the tree. Muk was mumbling in his mouth and saying something, but Muk was climbing up the tree. When I saw Mrs. Groover bend down to unleash the dog, I pleaded, please don't send the dog at us. I will explain everything if you let me. So he was frightened. Muk was frightened of Mrs. Groover's anger. Otherwise, she was going to send the dog. And she was bending down to unleash the dog so that the dog will go. But Muk said that, please don't send the dog at us. I will explain everything if you let me. If you give me the permission, I will explain everything to you. Speak out soon. Mrs. Groover shouted. I told her everything. I feared she might not believe me, but she listened to me without interruption. She just looked at me with the hard light green eyes of hers as if she was trying to see right into my heart. So, Mrs. Groover, she shouted and she said, "You please speak out soon." She listened everything what they were trying to explain her without any interruption. Interruption means without any disturbance. She just looked at me with the hard light green eyes. What she did? She was just staring. She was just staring carefully and sharply at someone or something. Okay, students? If she was trying to see right into my heart. So she asked finally, "And you believe in unke munke timpe too? Do you think it will help?" I dropped my head and said softly, "I hope it will." So finally what she said to them, both of them, that you believe in unke munke timpe too? Will it work or will it help you? So what did Mukh did? I dropped my head and said softly, he said softly, "I hope it will." "Well," she returned, "if you believe so, go and finish your rounds." "Okay, you can complete your rounds," she said. She turned saying, "And while leaving, would you mind using the front gate?" So while leaving, what did she explain? That better go from the front gate after you complete the rounds. I did finish the remaining 6 rounds and left her garden using the front gate. I swore that I would never return. Okay, then she left there from there, and after that they both of them continued, and she kept the front gate open for both of them, and I swore that I would never return. And then the great moment came. I opened my gifts, rejoiced over my new pair of shoes and the hand knitted pullover. Okay, here when he completed all the rounds, the gifts were in front of him. New pair of shoes was there, and the hand knitted pullover was also there. And then my eyes fell on a parcel, a big parcel. I had never received such a big parcel earlier. To Rohan Khanna, I read from Unke Munke Timpe too. I started at Mukh, and he looked as surprised as I was. My mother asked, "Who is Unke Munke Timpe too?" Turn to page number 84. Isn't that an unusual name? Yes, I said, very unusual indeed. I bent over the parcel and began to unpack it. So he bent and he tried to open that parcel. I removed the strings and the paper impatiently. Finally, I removed the colorful gift wrapping and found a table tennis set. What he found? Finally, he found a table tennis set into that big parcel. It was not a brand new table tennis set, but it was a fabulous one. Wow! I whispered, just wow! So he was so happy. He was so happy by seeing this that it was out of him. Till today, Mukh swears he has nothing to do with it, and so do my parents. I wondered if old Mrs. Groover was responsible for the surprise. I wondered for a very long time. One day I gathered up all the courage I possessed and went to meet Mrs. Groover. I used the front gate and rang the bell. I had gone over my lines 100 times, but when she looked down on me with her pale green eyes, I felt my heart sink and my courage vanish, and all I could do was stutter like an idiot. Good afternoon, ma'am. Did you have you sorry? But do you believe in unke munke timpettu? So, what did he do? He went to Mrs. Groover's house, and from the front gate he rang the bell, and 100 times he was using that lines. She looked down. Mrs. Groover, she looked down, and with her pale green eyes, and his heart sank and his courage also vanished, and all I could do was stutter like an idiot. Then he wished to Mrs. Groover, did you have you sorry, but do you believe in unke munke timpettu? Mrs. Groover continued to look at me with a strange look in her eyes. She was just looking after him. She replied softly but seriously, "Yes, I do believe in unke munke timpettu. I had wished to have somebody over for tea today, and here you are. Now, isn't it a perfect example of unke munke timpettu?" She smiled and she looked so different, almost human. From that day onwards, Mook and I went to see old Mrs. Groover quite often, not only because she made the best tea and had the best cookies. No, we went because we liked her, and then we had one thing in common. We all believed in unke munke timpettu. So these both were trying to make her understand that this is true. You should also believe. So she gave a tea and along with it cookies to both of them, and seriously these both of them, they wished to have somebody. Okay, she wished to have somebody over for tea today. So thankingly, what happened, that these both of them, they had tea and cookies along with her, and still she smiled and she looked so different, almost human. So we have completed this lesson, students. Kindly read it very thoroughly. Thank you for today.